I just watched Chinwe and Zion experience their first lover's tiff in Big Brother's house. As a matter of fact, the first lover's tiff this season. And I am drained on Zion's behalf. Yeah, because first off, relationship in itself is too complicated. Relationship is not for the faint-hearted. Not to talk of trying to sustain, manage, and enjoy a romantic relationship in such a confined space as Big Brother's house, where a social experiment is taking place, and then simultaneously, it's a space for the participants / housemates to create content for entertaining the viewers. And then it's also a competition where everybody now is competing for the ultimate prize of 100 million naira, as well as an SUV car. And then the numerous other prizes to be won from the various partners and sponsors of the show this season. I mean, guys, it's hectic. Listen, I was listening to these two people's conversation and I was having a migraine. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into this video. I'm going to give you the juicy tea, all right? So please make sure you watch to the end of this video. Do not skip out on any part. There's a lot you totally do not want to miss out on, all right? And yeah, officially, you are all specially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Before we get into this video, quick reminder, tomorrow is Saturday, and you know what happens on here. By 3 p.m. WAT, we're going to be converging here for our YouTube live conversation, our community meeting, our community gathering. Guys, I am looking forward to seeing all of you because there's a lot to talk about, a lot, and I cannot wait to engage your minds. So please make it a date. Do not miss out. Do not be late. You totally want to secure a spot on the virtual stage, yes, so that you can share your thoughts, all right? But anyways, all of that said, let's just quickly dive right into the crux of the matter of this video. So the house has been quite peaceful today. Very peaceful and very, very busy as well, because as at the time of filming this video, in fact, since morning to the time of me filming this video, the housemates have been preparing intensively for their Friday wager task presentation that's set to happen this evening. I mean, by the time you're seeing this video, the wager task presentation is probably ongoing, all right? But yeah, they've all been busy. Everybody has just been, you know, engaged in working hand in hand with their pair to give a mind-blowing presentation to us, the viewers, and Big Brother, of course. But then all of a sudden, our attention was drawn to Chinwe in one of the rooms, in fact, on her bed specifically, crying, whilst Onyeka was consoling her. Onyeka had run out probably to the restroom to get tissue for her to wipe her tears, and then she said she needed to be alone, and she was just crying. And I was wondering, like, okay, what the hell is going on? What's going on? But then later on, the camera panned away to Zion, her boyfriend, in a conversation with Kelly Ray. Yeah, Kelly Ray, that is Cassia's husband. And Cassia's husband, as a married man that he is, an experienced lover, he was, you know, advising and encouraging, but mostly advising Zion on how to navigate his way around his relationship with Chinwe in the house, especially looking at the fact that they are only just 5 months into their relationship, and now they are in a confined space where they possibly have not really had enough time to learn each other 100%, and so now they have to do it within a game, in a confined space where you do not really have the liberties to explore other options on how to please your partner, or how to even probably understand your partner better without thinking or getting distracted by the game or other people in the house who, of course, are competitors, right? So it was a very interesting conversation, lengthy, of course, as well. And Kelly Ray made a lot of valid points, you know, that, listen, your woman is crying. There's a presentation that's about to happen. You do not want both of you to carry that same tension and negative energy between you into the arena, because it's probably going to sabotage your task and even hinder, you know, giving the best of your performance. So you should go and talk to her. But Zion was hesitant, and for him, it was time for him to stand his ground, because Chinwe has a way of blowing things out of proportion, according to him. And then that was where he explained what the bone of contention really was. According to him, he and Chinwe had a conversation. And she had mentioned that, oh, she's noticed that he has a very cordial and very good relationship with all the guys in the house, which is true. Zion is lovable. All the guys love him. They like him. You know, he's got this easygoing, peace-flowing serendipity or whatever all around him. The guy is just chilled. And all the guys genuinely like him. Yes. So Chinwe was sharing our observation, and he has said, well, he has equally noticed that though she has like 2 persons in the house that she's quite close to them and they have conversations with, she's not necessarily like friends or let's just say cordial with all other females in the house. And so he has suggested that for the sake of the game, they both need to, you know, integrate properly with everybody in the house. Yes, it's more like integrating into a new society. In other words, they need to make new connections. Yeah. She should go ahead and talk to all the guys in the house. Like, just talk to all of them, be friends with all of them, and he would do likewise, but with the females. Now, it's not like they're trying to go their separate ways or anything, but it's a competition at the end of the day. You need to get to know your contenders. You need to, you know, ally with people, make new alliances and all whatnot. So he said that was what he suggested, and that was exactly what triggered Chinwe. Just that. And she was upset, and she had run upstairs and was crying. So for him, he kept on wondering, like, okay, what exactly did he do wrong? What did he say that was wrong? So he had explained all of this to Kelly Ray, but Kelly Ray was still adamant that no, he understands where he's coming from. But the thing about women is women can blow things out of proportion. Women are very sensitive, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Anyways, Kelly Ray had encouraged him to go upstairs and make peace with Chinwe, which was exactly what Zion did. But it did not go the way I was actually, you know, hoping that it would go, because the moment Zion went there, Chinwe was giving him the silent treatment. Zion had to probe and probe and probe before Chinwe finally opened up about her grievances. Now, a lot was said, but the summary of it all is, 1, she's quite offended that Zion had allowed Sean and one other person, in fact, some of the housemates, to say that she's antisocial, that Sean had come to talk to her yesterday, and from what he had said, he had told her that, oh, that most people in the house likes Zion, but most of the time they are scared of doing things for him because they don't know how Chinwe would react. They've seen how she reacts, they've seen how she takes things, and sometimes they feel like she's kind of proud, she feels too big to sort of like liaise with other people in the house. So people are just trying to steer clear and not get into, you know, her bad books. Yeah, so there are things they would want to do for and with Zion, but they are kind of threading carefully. They don't want to get too close because of her. So she had interpreted that to mean that they like Zion, but she is the problem. She's the one hindering them from connecting properly with Zion. Now, another thing she had mentioned was she had felt, you know, slighted. Like, she felt like Zion was defending those other people, because she was saying that, oh, they said she was the problem, but Zion was saying no, that ever since they've come into the house, he has never heard anybody in any conversation, directly or indirectly, say that she is the problem. No, that if he had, he would have stood up to them. So she was offended, like, oh, so you mean I'm the one that is lying? So she now switched everything up and said, oh, Zion was actually defending them and calling her a liar. Apologies, guys, but this is something that some ladies in relationships do a lot. Yes, they like doing reverse psychology, and I just felt like at that moment that was exactly what Chinwe was doing. She was sort of playing that reverse psychology card, and it sort of it sort of confused Zion, because for some time the guy was silent. The guy was looking at her like, what's going on here? She had also accused him of not protecting her from the negative misconceptions, you know, that most of these housemates have actually formed about her. According to her, she feels betrayed by Zion. She feels like Zion is hearing all of these things and is allowing these people to attack her, unfairly. So she was just saying all of these things, and Zion was trying to defend himself and even explain himself, because according to him, when they were having that conversation before she went upstairs to cry, she had not even waited for, to hear the response he had given to the people that had come to talk to him. So she had just concluded that Zion was taking their side. So she said she felt betrayed, and that she even made a statement that Zion is pissing out, because guys, it was getting heated. Zion was trying to communicate with her, but she was getting really, irritated, and she was really vexing, like, don't fucking piss me off, don't piss me off. So she was getting really triggered. And then she has said something like, listen, you know what, right now you're just pissing me off. As a matter of fact, if you want to take your friend's side, if you want to do what your friends are advising you to do, then it's better we take a break and just know that, yeah, we're done here. I'm like, wow. Wow. That went from 0 to 100. So ladies and gentlemen, that was the issue. The cameras left them. So I don't know if they had a peaceful resolution at the end of that conversation. We'll probably find out later tonight. But here is what I have to say. Here's what I have to say. I've mentioned it before that I do not really understand the dynamics of Zion and Chinwe's relationship. But from my observations, I have noticed that Chinwe enjoys being in control of whatever they both do in the house. Now, I'll repeat this again. I don't know if that is the case outside. I don't know if Zion understands that that is the kind of personality that Chinwe actually has, and he has gotten used to it, or he probably likes it, because we all know that, as I said before, relationship is very, very complicated, and there are some men that loves it when their women are bossy, when their women are in control, right? There are some men that would rather be the leader rather than be the follower in their relationships. So what I've been seeing in the Zinwe pair is more of Chinwe being in charge, being the leader, being the boss. And even though Zion carries all the physicalities of a masculine man, it does not seem like he minds being, a follower or being told what to do. So when we're having that conversation today, it was very glaring again that she wanted her own notions to stand, that her own notions were actually the right one. It was like there was no room for Zion to properly explain himself, where he was coming from. But I equally understand where Chinwe was coming from. She was probably expecting Zion to go all out and shut people up and shun them for even having a perception about his girlfriend. But Zion is not like that. Zion is more of a level-headed person that would listen to you and, just wants peace to reign and does not really want to step on toes. Now, that does not make him a coward, but it makes him more of a reasonable individual. Whilst Chinwe, on the other hand, it's not like she's not reasonable. It's just that she's ready to fight the fight. Regardless, she does not care whose toes she steps on. Yes, because she's probably seen that it works a lot of times on every season of Big Brother, where the housemates who are more daring and bold enough to fight whatever types of fight, that comes their way in the house, they tend to stay longer in the game. Yes. Now, in as much as I see what I see and I understand what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I think. First off, there is no way you would come into a show like this with your lover and not want to make new connections with people. Because at the end of the day, there's something called the nomination process. Yeah. And then there's that custodian box. Nobody till now knows the content of that box. So what if it comes with a veto power to save and replace? Or a veto power that comes with the power to automatically evict anybody from the house? So things like this, I would be thinking about things like this. And for me, as much as I want to be competitive, as much as I want to fight the fight, I would do it with wisdom. They say bring your enemies closer, right? Bring your enemies closer. Get close to people. You don't necessarily have to lick us or anything. You're not a bootlicker or anything, but just create connections in the house. Because your friend today in Big Brother's house might turn out to be your enemy tomorrow. You never can tell. I watched these people's quarrel, and guys, I kind of felt bad for both of them, but for Zion especially, because it's like, you are having a lover's tiff with your girlfriend and she gives you a threat that, oh, if you want to walk away, walk away. But you can't walk away because you both came into the house as lovers, as a pair. So, guys, it's like this guy is in a chokehold. Yeah, it's crazy, but I'm not going to dwell too much on it because, of course, we're going to converge here tomorrow for our live conversation anyway. So I'm throwing this question to all of you now. If you were in Chinwe or Zion's shoes, what would you do? Would you stick to only the person you came into the house with? Would you be friends with only one person or two persons? Would you not, create connections with the many other 24 housemates in the house? I would love to know how you would tackle this situation if you were in these people's shoes. Yes, that's Chinwe and Zion. So please go ahead, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thanks for watching and have an amazing, amazing evening.